morning. Happy Animal Kingdom Day. My heart will be full shortly. We are checking out of our little cottage. Look at my cottage. Served us well. And now we're going to head to breakfast.
Yes, the Innkeeper's Club.
AJ's still waking up, threw his stuff in a suitcase, and Bell Services grabbed our items to transfer our rooms. Do you need some coffee? I think if we were ever to stay in these again, which I would love to, I would definitely request these ones up front, 1201 to 1204. Not only are they closer to just the elevators in the main building, but they seem to be shaded most of the day. And I would have enjoyed using our patio and garden a little bit more. For breakfast this morning, we have steel cut oats, grits, some toppings, some yogurt and fruit. Have some salmon, so there's some bagels on the other side to check out. Little quiche, bacon, and plant-based sausage. All sorts of jams, so you can make some toast or bagels, croissants. Okay, AJ brought me these muffins yesterday. They are called Doodle Muffins. They are amazing. We have some Mickey cinnamon rolls and bran muffins. Popped out, finished breakfast. I had too many Doodle Muffins. It's a bad choice, but they were delicious. Do you feel better after eating and getting coffee?
Yeah.
So they didn't have mimosas or anything today.
No.
Is that a Sunday thing?
It must just be a Sunday thing, because there wasn't even
The Bloody Mary bar?
the Bloody Mary bar wasn't out. There wasn't even a bottle of champagne to be able to mix with your orange juice or pog juice. So I was really glad I made that pog mimosa on my own yesterday. That was a good call.
Interesting. Ooh. So we have not taken Disney bus transportation since prior to all the times of the last few years. I also don't know what bus is there. We might be missing our bus, which is going to be really upsetting. So once all the things happened a few years ago, when we came back to Disney, we decided we would rent a car so we wouldn't have to, one, wait for buses because they were doing social distancing, lower number of people in each bus. And we've rented a car ever since because it's been so easy. And now we're on our way to get on a Disney bus. I revised the last statement of the story. We walked up and the bus queue said, it was 10:41. It said the next bus would be here at 10:46, and I was like, great, we'll wait 5 minutes. And then in true Disney transportation fashion, the bus board updated to 11:10. So we have called an Uber. It was, I think it said it was going to be $10.35 because we have a lightning lane to get to the safari. So we don't really have a half an hour to kill. So for $10, we're going to have someone take us straight to Animal Kingdom. Into Animal Kingdom, and just as we were passing the turnoff for Pandora, I thought Nomad just opened. They opened at 11. It was 11:06, so I stopped and put our names on the virtual wait to go to Nomad Lounge, and it says a 50-minute wait. Now they normally aren't always correct in quoting, so we'll head to the safari, do our safari, and then head back in that direction for when we get called for some nice small bites and beverages.
Jump out, everybody. My name is Megan. I will be your safari guide for today's trek through the Harambe Wildlife Preserve. A couple of quick ground rules before we get started. Please remain fully seated at all times with hands, arms, legs, and feet inside the truck. This does apply to small children as well. Small children can be fully seated on your lap or they can be fully seated on the bench, but please do remember that this is not the Lion King. You are not Rafiki and they are not Simba, so please do not lift them up.
We ended our safari and popped over to Gorilla Falls. There's no family out on this side, and the safari was interesting because there were a few habitats where animals were gone, and there were some habitats that the animals were gone because of damage, like the okapi and the pygmy goats. Both had trees down. There was a ton of down bamboo. Just realized I'm in front of a fan. This felt nice and cool.
About that.
So it was a kind of a quiet day on the safari, but we did get to a few little peeks of the small rhinos, which is what makes me happy. So we revised our plans. After an hour, we went over to Nomad to ask where we kind of were on the list, and we were still at least 10 parties down. And, you know, we're just kind of tired. And our room was actually ready super early, so we're going to head back over to Boardwalk, swap rooms, maybe hit the pool, chill out, maybe grab some snacks. Who knows, but we definitely feel like we need a little more of a break today than a park day. I did get Genie Plus this morning just because we wanted to make sure we could get on the safari quickly. And I was able to make another lightning lane selection for Frozen for 4:30. So maybe we'll park hop. I'm leaving a lot of options open for us.
But again, we were just here 2 weeks ago and went big on all park days. This is more relaxed vacation.
Yes.
Like we said at the top, this is a different kind of vacation than our last trip.
Much more relaxation time needed. Especially after last night, we were up late. Partied hard.
Yeah, the change in wedding plans has like a domino effect of changing our plans. And that's fine. We're actually okay with that.
The bride, they're all drinking around the world today. I don't know how, she was texting me at 8 a.m. I was like, how are you awake? She said, I'm starving and I need carbs. I said, all right. Us, on the other hand, we were still in bed. So now here's the question. The sign says minivan, sweat. Minivan. But when you look on the bus information board, it then says minivan number 10. So we're gonna go with number 10 and see if that's actually where it wants us to go. Or we're gonna have to walk all the way around by the time our minivan gets here. Hey, look at that. It actually says minivan here at number 10. So we're gonna wait in the shade for a ride.
7 minutes.
We took our minivan, we are back at Boardwalk, and now this time, instead of going into the inn, we are headed towards the villas. Passing through the lobby really quick is the recreation activities calendar. So they do have these in every single hotel. And let's see, what do we got on this one? There's no painting at this resort. They do have s'mores, so every resort is gonna have s'mores. And then there's just a lot of different activities, so if you find yourself having a hotel day, there is plenty to do. And then here's the movie schedule, so they do set up a big screen out on the grass. What day is today?
Monday.
Today is the Haunted Mansion.
Too bad it's not Tuesday.
Oh, sorry.
Emperor's New Groove is one of my favorites.
We stopped into the Screen Door, I think it's called. It is the little store at the Boardwalk, and they have this pastry case. I will say, I was very interested to see that they had some of the Werther's items, so I guess you don't actually have to go into Epcot to get yourself a butter bar. But then one of my favorite treats to have at the end of the night are these sugar cookies. So good with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. We just walked into our studio. It is a studio pool and garden view. It smells a little bit. So I'm gonna show you around the room since it's a little bit of a different configuration, but I think we're gonna go to the front desk. Would you mind turning on the light in the bathroom? So the entryway is really big because of where the room is located on the building. It is a handicap accessible room, so it is slightly different than the standard studios. They have the restrooms and just the one level floor in the bathroom. Handrails, a bench. This is what the shower looks like. Out here we have our closet, our kitchenette. I think things might be a little lower in this room for the wheelchair accessible.
The sink is.
And then you have the queen size bed, the couch that pulls out, and the bed that folds down. So I do believe that this room sleeps 5. Although I think on the reservation you could only put 4. I might be wrong on that. The view out here is pretty cool. Now, we're not really pool view kind of people just because of the noise that the main pools bring. But, I mean, to be able to sit out here, you have tower in the background, swan.
Friendship boats going by.
Oh, look at the friendship boats. But I think we're gonna go to the front desk and inquire about moving rooms just due to the odd smell in here. I was actually shocked. In no time at all, they were able to get us a different room, and it was ready. It's only 1:30, so that normally doesn't happen, especially in DVC rooms, to get rooms early, let alone a second room early. So we are in another accessible room. Seems to be. I imagine they hold them available in case they need them, and then when they don't get booked, they place the smaller reservations. That's just kind of my guess. I don't actually know. The room overall is very similar. There are a few minor things that are different. So we are now in 4070. You can tell that our entryway is much smaller than the previous one. The shower is smaller in here. It's just a standing shower, but it is the one tile floor with the handrails in both the bathroom and the shower. We have our kitchenette space. There is the dresser, closet, wardrobe closet, which is bigger than the other room that we saw. The extra pillows and blankets for the other beds. But then the rest of the room is fairly similar. We have the Murphy with the table, the pull-out couch, the queen-size bed, and still with that pool/garden view. So we're out here looking over Leaping Horse libations. The whole area. We can't see tower anymore from here, so now we just have the views of swan and dolphin. Swan Reserve peeking out of the background. So not bad for one night. Definitely not my favorite view or favorite room, but we ended up, originally when we made all of these reservations, we were at All Stars for 2 nights, and then tonight is extra evening hours for deluxe resort guests. It is at Epcot, so when I saw that a Boardwalk resort was available, snagged that. That way we could just easily walk from the International Gateway back to the hotel, in and out of Epcot. Although now we have discussed that we are probably not going to extra evening hours tonight, which was the whole reason why we booked this hotel. But that's okay. We are going to have some dinner with some friends at Trattoria, which is right out here on the boardwalk, so that'll be nice and convenient. And then catching up with some other friends and grabbing some drinks. So that's kind of the game plan for the day. After some much needed, just kind of like rest time, we went back into the Innkeeper's Club because you do get access the whole day on days when you check out. So even though we've moved over into a studio on the villa side, we were able to go into the Innkeeper's Club, grabbed a few light snacks, I had some carrots and pita chips and a cookie, and now we're gonna head to Epcot. So we are going to wait in line for a friendship boat. It's never a good sign when you're the first person in line, but that's fine. And since we did buy Genie Plus this morning, we have lightning lanes for Frozen, and AJ just picked one up for Living with the Land. bathroom.
I bought art.
AJ was at the Art of Disney in the America Pavilion. And what did you purchase?
I purchased a nice little print of the Germany Pavilion, my favorite pavilion.
It is a rather busy Epcot afternoon for it being Monday. There's been a lot of people around the World Showcase and a lot of very, very slow walking. But now we have finally made our way around, headed into Norway. We have our lightning lane for Frozen. We decided to skip Living with the Land. I love Living with the Land. But I just feel like old and tired and hot today and lazy. It was a relaxing day. So we decided to pass and now just hit Norway. There are also a lot of matching shirt drink around the world cruise today. It is that kind of Epcot day. So Frozen right now is an 80-minute standby wait. We have our lightning lanes. Thank you. Here to celebrate a summer snow day in honor of Anna and Elsa. There's some Epcot World Showcase Norway merch. We have cups, ears. This looks like a good mug. Look at that. I always have to judge a mug based on the size of like how much liquid you can get inside and a handle feel. That one's pretty fantastic. Oh, and it's only $14. Do I need this mug? Look at this. Feeling.
That's a good sized mug.
See, that's what I said, and it has a good handle.
Yeah.
At the Innkeepers Club, one of the managers there, I believe her name is Linnea, she is from Norway, and so we were having a conversation with her and asked if the pavilion here really depicts what it's like, and she said yes, except in the bakery there are a couple of items that are a little more Americanized and sweetened than they would be at home, but she did recommend one item, so we're gonna snag that.
The number 4, the pizza.
So this is
Lefse.
okay. And what did the cashier just tell you?
Well, it's a potato flatbread rolled with butter, cinnamon, and sugar. And I was telling her that Linnea said this was the most authentic thing. She was telling me inside that her grandmother used to make this when she was growing up. And I said, oh, your grandmother's is probably better than this. And she said, this one is actually just like what you can buy in the stores there. So she said it's very good.
All right.
We're gonna find out. She said she liked it because she said it's not too sweet, and she's right. It's good. It's still moist, it's flavorful. Here, you try.
It has like the flavors like when you make like cinnamon sugar toast, but the potato flatbread thing
Yeah,
is a little strange.
it's a little dense.
It's not very sweet.
No,
I'm the damn American that would probably like it sweeter. Actually, this dipped in some like whipped cream or Bavarian cream or something. Like a not a very sweet cream. Which probably is a crime, but probably delicious. We were getting ready to pass through Germany, and AJ realized that he really needed a grapefruit beer, so he mobile ordered one from Summerfest. So he's gonna pick up his beer here. Summerfest is also where they have the pretzel bread pudding. We have yet to try that. We talk about it every time and then we forget. I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
Do you have more of a connection to the grapefruit beer now after our last trip?
Yes. I mean, I've always liked it.
Right.
I've always gotten one. Sorry, there's ducks going crazy over behind Ivy. I've always liked it, I've always enjoyed it, and I've always gotten one when I've come here. But now I like it even more after my last trip. Yes.
Are you going to take a selfie and send it to Jacob?
Of course. It's my new thing.
We ran to the Innkeeper's Club. I made an iced coffee. It has only taken 3 days to figure out how to use the machine right to make an iced coffee. Thank you. And AJ grabbed a glass of wine. And now we're gonna go freshen up before dinner. The dinner tonight, or the appetizers tonight in the Innkeeper's Club, was the same as 2 nights ago. So I'm bummed we missed dinner last night because I would be interested to see kind of like what the rotation is. But that artichoke pasta is delicious. I scarfed down a little bowl really quick to take the hunger edge off. Not too bad. How have you liked our Innkeeper's Club experience?
You've spoiled me, and now I need that every time.
We know that's not going to happen, right?
I think it's been really nice. I think the personal touch of service and then getting to know you and remembering who you are is what I like the best.
You know you have an old hotel room. With this is your thermostat. We walked in and I was like, ooh, it's a little warm in here. Yeah, that'd be why. I also think the sun is setting and I think the sun's coming in, so we're gonna close the blinds up to try to keep some of the heat out, but room a little toasty. So something really interesting just happened. I went to go get on the virtual queue on my app, but it was showing me my friends who I'm connected with in my Disney experience. It was showing me their virtual queue, not the spot to get in the virtual queue for the deluxe resort guests. So I grabbed AJ's phone real quick. We are group number 209. Estimated wait time about 4 hours. So we'll see if we get on tonight. We met up with some friends and went to Trattoria al Forno at the Boardwalk for dinner. We started with a Caesar salad, garlic bread, minestrone soup, and the Roma tomato bruschetta. For entrees, I got the lasagna, AJ got the truffle gnocchi, and our friends got the chicken parm and another order of gnocchi. So I just made my last trip to the Innkeeper's Club. I got a box full of desserts and a coffee. And now I'm gonna go back and find AJ. We did end up popping back into Epcot. Our virtual queue has been called. It is 10:05. I thought I was gonna get to go to bed early tonight. That did not happen. So ooh, that's terrible lighting. So I dropped my desserts in the room and AJ said, let's go. So now that's what we're doing. I am a little concerned because I did not take any Dramamine today. This will be the second time ever I've gone on this ride with no Dramamine. And last time I didn't fare that well. So, and now I have a full tummy of lasagna. Maybe it'll be AJ that's not faring well later. Also, can we discuss how beautiful she is in all of her glory? We're on our way out of Epcot for the night. But this is the Epcot that I love. The late night post-event Epcot. Also post-wedding Epcot, but you can't have that all the time. But when the walkways are a little more clear, aren't 1,000 drinking around the world groups. It's just so peaceful and beautiful. Also, did I mention I'm in a Spirit jersey? It's like Florida cold. It has to be like 70 degrees and breezy.
It's exactly 70 degrees.
Hey, look at that. Just enough to bring out a Spirit jersey. Well, we hopped a ride on the friendship boat again. I don't really think that we have done too much walking around to and from Boardwalk.
Tired.
Well, there always seems like we time the boats really well, so it's just a little bit faster. But tonight is the last night for us on the boardwalk. So we're gonna take in these beautiful and peaceful boardwalk views. It is a beautiful place to stay. I will say that. To be honest, I think I like staying on the other side of Crescent Lake better and admiring the boardwalk. Because, yeah, it's pretty and all, but it's very different than like this being your view on this side.
You ain't lying.
Well, you know. Well, it's our last night at the Boardwalk Villas. I will also say we should have done this backwards. Going from the cottage with a king bed into the studio with a queen bed, it feels extra small. I also think we just got a king bed at our house this last week, like 2 days before we left. And now this queen bed feels very small, but that's okay. Well, a little bit of a recap of things that we did tonight that we haven't been able to chat about. Dinner at Trattoria al Forno was good. I was expecting, I think, a little bit more. I have some friends that recently have just raved about it. And these are also friends that have been on the Disney cruise ships and have dined at Paolo. So they have a lot of similar menu items. And when I was looking at the menu, I had the ideas of what is served at Paolo in my mind. And it was definitely very different than that. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't what I was expecting. So I ordered the lasagna, and I thought it was just okay. There were some parts of it that were really dry from, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It wasn't your traditional layered lasagna. It was almost like a pile of ribboned lasagna. So I felt like it could have used just a tad more sauce or an extra note of cheese or something, because when the pasta went under the broiler, there were a lot of parts of pasta that were exposed that got really dry and crunchy. I also had the kale Caesar salad, which was delicious, and we got the garlic bread. I had seen it the other day when I was just looking at mobile ordering. I was looking for a snack somewhere close on the boardwalk, and I saw this garlic bread kind of like pull apart looking thing, and it looked so good. So we ordered it, and again, it had a similar thing where when it went under the broiler, it got really, really dry, hard, and crunchy on top. So I don't really feel the need to order that again. AJ ordered the minestrone soup, and he said the flavors were delicious. It just wasn't very hot. And he said the gnocchi was just okay. I also think the environment of that restaurant was not necessarily what we were looking for this evening. We were having dinner with some really close friends, having a lot of just personal life conversations, and the restaurant, we were seated very close to the tables around us. It was very loud. There were tons of families, so there was just a lot of noise. And a couple weeks ago, we dined with one of these same friends at Topolino's, and it was just a very different experience. So it was just kind of interesting to think about the two, especially since they were so close in time and kind of with the same group of people. Now, I will say our bill at Topolino's was about $100 more than our bill at Trattoria, and at Topolino's there was only 3 of us, and Trattoria there was 4. So it is a different scale of a restaurant, but I think if I had to choose, I 100% would pick Topolino's over Trattoria al Forno, which is kind of a bummer. I would definitely give it another try, order something else, check out some other stuff on the menu. We love the breakfast at Trattoria. It's AJ's favorite on property. It's definitely ranks high up there for me. You know, I'm a sucker for those blueberry bacon pancakes. So it just wasn't what I was expecting tonight, but that's okay. Then we hopped into Epcot. We did the extra magic hours. The only thing we did was Guardians, and then went into Creations And I ended up, AJ and I decided that we were going to get the Spirit jersey while it was in stock. It's so beautiful. I'm just so concerned it's white, and I'm really worried that I'm going to just ruin it. I'm gonna hope for the best, but we did pick that up, and then took the friendship boat back. So the current stage of our room is a disaster. Like our hotel rooms have never looked like this before, but between moving rooms, I took everything out of the owner's locker today to do kind of a video about the owner's locker. There's just stuff everywhere. So in the morning, we're definitely gonna have to spend some time packing up all of the things, repacking our suitcases, and getting them ready for travel. It will be a little chaotic in here in the morning, packing everything up. I am bummed that it's our last day because I just love all the time that I get to spend here at Disney World. And especially this trip has been extra relaxing and slow paced. We've definitely been staying up later than I would like every night. I like to go to bed really early. And it's now midnight. So we do have an alarm set for 6:55 to try to get a boarding group for Guardians of the Galaxy again. I think I'm good. I don't really feel the need to go on it again. AJ is still dying for song number 6. But who knows what tomorrow will bring. We always have these plans and then they change. So thank you so much for following along on this very weird kind of day that we had. I feel like I'm trying to think back on everything that we did, and I think it's just kind of all over the place. So I hope you were able to follow along. I hope this all made sense. So thank you so much for hanging out with us today on this kind of random day. And it just shows that not every day at Disney is an open to close kind of park day. You can pop in, you can pop out, you can do whatever you need to do to fill your cup because it's still vacation after all. So it doesn't always have to be go hard in the parks. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. See kind of what we end up doing with our time before we head to the airport. I would love it if you guys would subscribe to the channel, give it a big thumbs up, and drop any comments down below. Let me know if y'all have any questions about anything that we did today, and also any questions from yesterday's wedding. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below also. So good night, you guys. See you tomorrow.